Imagine a world where the sky seemed to revolve around you, where the Earth was the center of everything, and the stars and planets moved in perfect circles. This was the world of the 16th and 17th centuries, a time when the heavens above were as mysterious as the depths of the ocean. But then, a few brave souls dared to challenge this ancient belief, and one of the most daring was Galileo Galilei. His story is a tale of revolution, rebellion, and the relentless pursuit of truth. Galileo, a brilliant Italian scientist, became one of the first people to point a telescope at the night sky. What he saw changed everything. He observed the moons of Jupiter, the phases of Venus, and the craters on the moon. These discoveries challenged the long-held belief that the Earth was the center of the universe. But Galileo's findings weren't just scientific. They were a threat to the religious and political powers that be. When Galileo refused to share his astronomical data with the missionaries, they turned to another great mind of the time, Johannes Kepler. Kepler, a German mathematician and astronomer, was more willing to collaborate. He lent his expertise to the Jesuit missionaries in China, who were trying to spread Western knowledge and the Christian faith. One of these missionaries, Father Schall, produced an illustrated book in 1626 that explained how to build a telescope. This book was a significant step in bringing Western science to the East. However, the introduction of the telescope in China was not without its challenges. Some at the emperor's court were suspicious of the device, fearing it might be used for subversive purposes. They were not entirely wrong. The telescope, which could be used to observe distant objects, was also useful for military purposes. Chinese scholars explained that it could be used to spy on enemy camps and determine their strength, making it a valuable tool in warfare. Despite these concerns, the Jesuits continued to promote the telescope. They even presented one to the emperor in 1634. However, when they learned of Galileo's trial and condemnation in 1633, they became more cautious. They ceased to openly support the heliocentric theory, which placed the sun at the center of the universe, out of fear of alienating the Chinese, who held a geocentric view of the cosmos. This strategic retreat did not stop the spread of the telescope, but it did slow the acceptance of the heliocentric model in China. In Japan, the telescope arrived through different channels. A Korean ambassador, on his way to Peking, met a Portuguese Jesuit missionary named Father John Rodriguez. The missionary gave the ambassador a telescope and some books on astronomy, which included descriptions of Galileo's discoveries. This telescope eventually made its way to Japan, where it was used to monitor foreign ships in the harbor of Nagasaki. The Japanese quickly recognized the practical applications of the telescope, and by the late 17th century, it was being used for a variety of purposes, from military surveillance to personal amusement. The Copernican and Galilean ideas eventually reached Japan through Chinese books printed by the Jesuit missionaries in Peking. These ideas were met with less resistance in Japan than in Europe, partly because Japanese beliefs were neither anthropocentric nor geocentric. The Japanese were more open to new scientific concepts, and by the end of the 18th century, the heliocentric theory had gained significant acceptance among Japanese astronomers. While the telescope was transforming the way people viewed the heavens, a revolution was also taking place in the understanding of the human body. In the 16th century, medicine was heavily influenced by the works of ancient authors like Galen and Avicenna. The prevailing view was that disease was caused by an imbalance of the four humors: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. This theory, known as humorism, was deeply ingrained in medical practice and was taught in universities across Europe. However, a few courageous individuals began to challenge these established beliefs. One of the most influential was Paracelsus, a Swiss physician and alchemist. Paracelsus, whose real name was Theophrastus Philippus Aureolus Bombastus von Hohenheim, was a controversial figure in his time. He rejected the traditional teachings of the medical establishment and emphasized the importance of practical experience and observation. Paracelsus believed that disease was caused by external factors and that the body had the ability to heal itself. He also introduced the use of minerals and chemicals in medicine, which was a significant departure from the herbal remedies of the past. Paracelsus' ideas were met with strong opposition from the medical establishment, which saw him as a threat to their authority. He was often labeled a charlatan and a quack, but his teachings had a lasting impact on the development of modern medicine. His emphasis on practical experience and the use of new treatments paved the way for a more scientific approach to medicine. One of the most significant figures in the early development of modern anatomy was Andreas Vesalius. Vesalius, a Flemish anatomist, published a groundbreaking work called De Humani Corporis Fabrica, on the fabric of the human body in 1543. This book, which included detailed illustrations of the human body, challenged many of the errors in Galen's anatomical teachings. Vesalius' work was based on his own dissections and observations, and it marked a significant shift from the reliance on ancient authorities to the importance of empirical evidence. Another important figure in the history of medicine was William Harvey. Harvey, an English physician, is best known for his discovery of the circulation of the blood. In his work De Motu Cordis, on the motion of the heart and blood, published in 1628, Harvey described how the heart functions as a pump, driving blood through the body in a continuous circuit. This discovery was a major breakthrough in the understanding of the human circulatory system and had far-reaching implications for medical practice. The 16th and 17th centuries were a time of great upheaval in the world of science and medicine. The telescope and the microscope, two revolutionary instruments, opened up new frontiers in the study of the heavens and the human body. The work of Galileo, Kepler, Paracelsus, Vesalius, and Harvey laid the foundations for the scientific revolution and the modern understanding of the natural world. However, the path to modern science was not easy. The resistance to new ideas was often fierce, and those who dared to challenge the status quo faced significant personal and professional risks. Galileo's trial and condemnation by the Catholic Church is a stark reminder of the dangers of challenging established authority. Similarly, Paracelsus' life was marked by constant conflict and struggle, and his ideas were not fully accepted until long after his death. Despite these challenges, the scientific revolution continued to gain momentum. The discovery of the heliocentric model of the solar system, the development of modern anatomy, and the understanding of the circulatory system were just the beginning. These breakthroughs paved the way for further advancements in physics, chemistry, and biology, ultimately leading to the modern scientific world we know today. In conclusion, the 16th and 17th centuries were a time of great transformation in the way people understood the universe and the human body. The brave individuals who dared to challenge the prevailing beliefs and push the boundaries of knowledge laid the foundation for the scientific revolution. Their stories are a testament to the power of curiosity, the importance of empirical evidence, and the courage to pursue the truth, no matter the cost. The legacy of these pioneers continues to inspire scientists and thinkers to this day, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge is a never-ending journey.